One of the questions we get asked the most is, what do the students see while I am presenting? This preview of a lesson will show you exactly that and much more. First, you will share a code for the students to use to connect to your lesson. They simply go to nearpod.com and join a lesson. This screen is what they see to join your lesson. They type the code in and hit join, and it takes them to the first page of your lesson. Let's focus on the teacher device image first. You can see that the teacher device has the first page of the lesson and a few more items. There is a lesson code at the top, just in case a student gets kicked out or is late to join. You can quickly give them the code. Next is a button that says Whiteboard. Clicking here takes your and the student's screens to a whiteboard. This is great if you need to go over something more in detail, like showing your work in math. Simply close Whiteboard and you and the student go back to the lesson. The pencil button allows you to draw over your lesson page. Maybe you want to highlight something to the class or add text. They will see what you add on their screens. When you are finished, close your annotate. On the bottom, you will see what page you are on to keep track of where you are in your lesson. Lastly, the arrow button allows you to toggle to the next screen. On the next page, you will see an arrow on the left side too. This is so you can toggle back and forth if you need to. Lesson objectives. Here you could highlight any information so the students stay focused. This is an example of an activity you can provide during your lesson to engage students and gain an understanding of your students' thoughts and/or knowledge. As I type on the student device, nothing shows up on the teacher device until I hit submit. You may have to remind students to hit submit a lot. Once they submit their answer, then it appears on the teacher device with the student name. I can then share out answers by clicking the share button. The student device will see what I shared without the student's name for privacy. I simply click unshare and it takes the students back to their answer. Next, we see another activity. This is a matching pairs activity. The teacher clicks start activity, the countdown begins, and on the student device, they see instructions. They can click the instructions tab, and the instructions go up and display the cards to match. Once time is up, you can see how many matches the student got right and how many times they attempted it. Great formative feedback. Next, we see a draw it activity. Here the students can draw, highlight, type, and add pictures or erase on an image you choose. Teacher device, you will have a record of what the students answered once they hit submit. This is another page of content. Perhaps you want to highlight an important part. Click the pencil and the highlight tool. Whatever you do on their screen, they see on their screens. This activity is an exit ticket quiz. Here you can assess how well your students comprehended the lesson. As the student answers the questions, the teacher sees what they answered on each question and their total score. Immediate summative feedback. This activity is a poll. This is an excellent formative assessment to gain knowledge from the students on how they felt about the lesson. As they answer, you see their answers in real time. You can share a circle graph of the class results to let the students know how the whole class perceived the lesson. Here the students are given homework. Again, if you want to add something or point attention to something, you can click the pencil tool to add whatever you want. You have learned how to present a lesson to your students and what you, the teacher, sees and what your students see. I cannot wait to hear about all the successful lessons and insights you gained from using Nearpod.